Well, hello. This is virtual reality and welcome to the world of virtual reality. And I must tell you something. I've been playing with this. This is the Samsung VR, which kind of uses the Oculus technology. And inside this particular VR experience, you'll find a Samsung phone. It works with the S6 and the S7 and also the Note, the latest Note versions. And literally the phones plug in, and as soon as you plug the phone in, it switches over to Oculus mode, and you put on your headphones, at least your goggles, and the vision comes up, and you're able to choose what you want to see. And this is a virtual reality headset. There's another one that's going to come out, and it's just coming out next month. And this is from LG, and this is slightly different, where you put these goggles on like this, and they plug into the new LG G5 device, and you literally plug this in, and you can control the content over here, which basically is slightly different to the way the Samsung version works. But everybody's kind of working on these kind of headsets, and HTC's doing one, Sony's doing one. And the point is that between these two, I've been testing this on people, Toby, and I must tell you something, it's quite extraordinary. The reaction that I get from people when they put these on, and it's just people who have access to technology for the first time. They experiences, oh wow, these are amazing. Where do I buy this? Because it's so real. And the fact is that, the quality of the image might not be the greatest, but the realism is incredible. And I'm talking about people from the ages of 73, my dad who's 82, I tried it on him as well. I just tried it on various people, and the applications for this, from technology to medicine to training, you name it. It's quite extraordinary that I have not seen this kind of reaction to a technology since the first computer came out, since the first iPad. It's remarkable. So is it going to take off? What is your view?
I just think it's going to be one of those great technologies if it takes off as predicted. There's some skepticism about whether it will happen or won't happen. I also tried it out at South by. There was a stand with Samsung doing a simulated roller coaster ride and a trip to Mars. I tried out the HTC Vive, where you could paint, virtual painting with these two handheld brushes.
Yes.
Like really immersive, very interesting. It's kind of at the early stages, isn't it?
Yes.
It's hard to say this clunky, awkward technology is going to be big when right now, the kind of experience most people have is wearing Google Cardboard and taking a flight in a plane and looking around and seeing it there. It's probably gonna be a much more immersive, more impressive technology as it evolves.
Yes, and I think the difference with this technology is that it's affordable. So you've got Google Cardboard that you can design, and you can make this for like $200, and you use a bottom range device to kind of get a similar experience to this. And let's not forget that it took the smartphone like 10 years before it went mainstream. So it took a while for the smartphone. And listening to Mark Zuckerberg, whose company, of course, Facebook owns Oculus Rift. They paid $2 billion for this company. And he was saying at an interview recently that, this technology might not take 10 years. He says in his view, it's going to be a lot quicker, 3 to 5 years. And if you look at the predictions that are coming out right now, that they're saying that by 2020, the virtual reality market is going to be worth around $30 billion. They're talking about augmented reality, where you start layering digital content and be able to control things digitally, which is another technology similar to this, using the same kind of principle of it. And that's going to be worth $90 billion. It's kind of amazing, but I love the fact that you're able to take people to experience something somewhere else completely where they will never have the chance to do it. So if you can take people on a tour of the Eiffel Tower, or a roller coaster ride, or coming down on a parachute, for example, that you might not want to do, but the realism and the fact that you get challenged on every sense with balance is amazing.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And people often say, well, if I'm standing in a room, how am I going to, walk all around? And there's a very clever way, virtual reality, you do a 90-degree turn visually, but actually you're only turning 80 degrees. So there's a way to use the software to keep you moving without actually leaving the space that you're in. It's a bit like this concept of the holodeck in in Star Trek, isn't it?
No, exactly. But the challenge that they have with this technology was the fact that you get motion sickness.
Yeah.
They reckon about 30% of people who wear this and experience this technology like this, and you know, watching virtual reality, you actually get motion sickness. So, and that's the one challenge. But I must say, the people that I did test it on, who do suffer from motion sickness, were okay.
I get motion sickness whenever I drive with you.